muscles, they are not tensed nor powerless. Basically, I just put a little bit of intention, or let's say awareness, onto my hand to make sure the center of my palm, which is an acupressure point in Chinese medicine called Lao Gong, and my 5 fingers, they are pointing towards the same direction. Okay, so this looks a little bit like arms of the monkey, right? So right arm like this, and then left arm in front of my diaphragm. It doesn't have to be very exactly in the front of certain area of our diaphragm. It just have to be a rough location, like so. What's important is my shoulder and elbow is also relaxed. And then the way we tap our liver, basically we're learning here how to rebalance our body weight. So when I'm sinking my body mass, you can see the upper body, it would drop down, right? But if I drop down completely, my whole body structure is going to collapse. So I don't want to drop completely, but I only want to collapse my upper body. And when the body mass is dropping down, I want to turn my hip in, because our pelvis bone tend to be like a ball structure. And when our body mass drop on the ball structure, it would reflect the body mass and bounce it back up. So what you see here is actually every time I drop my body weight, I'm catching my body weight through the pelvis bone so that I reflect my body weight back up. That's how you see this bouncing action keep on moving. So I'm sitting on the rear stance, loosening the foreleg, with my right arm, 5 points, the 5 fingers and the Lao Gong point, placing forward. This helps to emit the negative energy in your body towards the outside. And then my left hand in front of my diaphragm, like so, and then you're ready to bounce. So when we are bouncing our body mass, we do it like 8 times, 16 times, or 24 times. It's really very much just like, dancing with the beat, like this. But you do it in a way that you can bounce your left arm to massage your internal organs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. It's not, if you use too much force on your hand, it will sound like this. It sounds like slapping. But if you're relaxed, you can feel the sound is heavier because it penetrates the energy from the surface into the internal organs. Bum, bum, bum. Now we're finished. Now I push my balance towards the front leg, and I'm going to allow my spine to relax completely. Okay, like so. Even my neck joint is completely relaxed. And both my arms are hanging. And like this, and then I push my body back from the front leg back to the rear leg. And then I'm going to retreat my front leg. So now left, right, they are on the same level. And if you look at me from front, you can see 2 heels. They are pointing each other. And the 2 toes, they are in this direction, like 45 degrees to the side. So basically, I'm standing with my feet in a V shape. Okay, standing my feet in a V shape. And in this position, I'm going to place my left arm or left hand onto the right knee. And I'm going to loosen my waist and at the same time lift the forearm, lift my right forearm up. Again, as soft and gentle as possible, so the muscles in my shoulder and my elbow, it doesn't move. Okay, it is completely relaxed like so. And from here, loosen my hip, raising my fingers. Now, Lao Gong and the 5 fingers pointing to the front again, but my left hand is touching the right knee. My eyesight looking forward, but my spine is now in a C shape, right? When you look from the front, you can still see that my shoulder is flat. It's not being pulled over to the side, so you can see my shoulder is leaning. It should be completely symmetrical, like so. And in the Golden Rooster movement, there's a very important point in Chinese medicine which we want to work on. This area. This is called the Mingmen point. As you can see, this is part of our lower back. Usually our spine is an S shape, right? So in this very point where the spine caves in, this is our Mingmen point. And what we want to do in Golden Rooster Hatching Egg is to stretch the Mingmen point. And how to stretch it? By turning the pelvis forward as much as you can and relaxing and sinking the shoulder as much as you can, also sinking the chest. So that's why we're forming the C shape. You can see. And another detail, when I'm doing this movement, notice the gap on my neck. If I'm too tense with my neck, or I try too hard to look up, then you can see actually my neck is caving in. Okay, so we try to avoid this, and by loosening the pelvis, I can maintain my neck relaxed and then maintaining the C shape at the same time. So if you feel this tension, loosen the pelvis bone and make your body bend more into a C shape. And then what you can see is there's a very small vibration happening from this very exact point, dropping the body weight and letting it to reflect or rebounds back up on and on and on and on. Okay, so basically I work with my body like we are working with a spring, you know. So this is the Golden Rooster Hatching Egg. In the beginning, you're gonna feel like this is a very heavy movement. Maybe you're gonna have sore thighs. And sometimes when your leg is positioned in the wrong way, you're gonna feel some tension on the knee. Therefore, try to do it in a way that when you sink your pelvis, your knees are bending towards the direction of your toe. Okay. The way to do any form effortlessly is always to find the right structure. For example, if we have the right structure on our hips and knees, then when we're bending down, actually this is not going to be too stressful. But if you're relying completely on your thigh muscle, let's say if your hip is curving out, then when you're bending down, your leg is going to support your full weight, which is creating tremendous amount of tension. So make sure when you're lowering the body, you also turn the hip in so it doesn't make yourself too stressful. And lastly, just a little hint for daily practice. Whenever we are practicing Qigong meditation or Taichi Chuan, just remember we're going to practice it in the way that we can keep on going every day. That means it's not like going to exercise. You just pick one day in every week and you do it all the workout on that day and you suffer from all the soreness or fatigue in the next coming days. Okay? It's not really like that. You have to do it continuously. So don't stress you out. Try not to push yourself. Just do it in a way that you're enjoying the movements. Okay? I know it's heavy, but in a certain limit, this heaviness also helps us relax because it's readjusting our body structure. So you have to do a little or let your body hold a little bit of its weight, but not too much that it will completely give up in the next day. For example, you practice for 2 hours in one day, but when the next day comes, you feel like, oh, your body is full of stiffness, soreness, and it simply doesn't feel right. So you want to give up for the next day. If you give up for the next day, then for sure, the day after that, if there's still soreness, you will still give up. Then it's not building a positive habit. That means maybe sometimes if you don't feel like your body has such power to do intense workout, you are allowed to do things lazily. Like, oh, okay, I just want to keep it going. I don't really need to know what I'm working on or how hard I'm working on it. I just want to do the work to make sure I have this habit today. And actually, that's how you progress. If you can practice continuously, then you progress continuously. If you stop one day, then your progress will stop one day. So try to find a balance in life so you can practice it easily, at the same time, persistently. And that will accumulate into strength. Okay, thank you very much.